Scott, just like that, we're back at the Broadfield Stadium again as Crewe of the visitors. What are your thoughts heading into that game?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously, being at home again is a good thing. We have to take advantage of certain aspects. The fact that Crewe played Tuesday night, they had a long trip to London, played Barnet in a what would seem a tough game, drew the game, long journey back, and then obviously they've got a long journey back again. Probably on Friday to play us. So, we've had a little bit more kind of recovery time than they have. So we have to take advantage of that. We're obviously in a good place at the moment as well. So we have to really take advantage of it. So looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing the fans again, looking forward to playing a game at home.
Yeah, as you say, have to take advantage of it because so often it seems like it's the other way around when we're away on a Tuesday night, and we know how much you like to do preparation for the game. So it must have been a nice change for yourself to be able to just sit at home and watch a game live.
Exactly right. No, you're spot on. It's normally us, isn't it? So yeah, it was a nice change not to be us. I didn't realise they had a game until probably after the game on Saturday. Then I looked and saw that they played Tuesday, and I thought, oh, that's good, but we have to take advantage of that now. We have to really be on our game against a good side.
Yeah, and I imagine the mood in the training ground's been really good after another good haul of points at the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the feeling around the place is certainly different. I think it always is when you win games, and even when you're playing well, it feels different. So yeah, we're in such a better place than what we was. And I'm happy at the moment. We just got to continue it. The job's not done. We've got away from where we wanted to, but we need to continue now. We really need to continue, and I don't want anyone to ever think that we've done enough because we haven't.
Yeah, I know you'll say that it becomes easier on the basis that when a team wins and they perform well, they should be deserved starts. But are you starting to have more selection headaches now on the basis that we've got some, really good, strong, capable players putting in good performances, even the likes of those coming off the bench?
Yeah, I think that it's horses for courses, as the saying goes, because you look at the next run of games we've got Saturday, Tuesday now, and we're going to have to probably change it up a little bit. And also I look at certain oppositions, and I think that probably something different might suit Saturday for argument's sake. So we're certainly thinking about something at the moment.
Yeah, and obviously Crawley coming back from his suspension. He served his last game. Is there anyone that we're likely to see back from injury?
Likely to see back from injury? No, probably not. Having said that, Scott Malone trained fully today for the first time, but maybe Saturday might be too soon for him to be included.
Yeah, and obviously, as we said, we're at home Saturday. We're then at home again on Tuesday night as well. The fans can have, massive impacts across these two games. And we spoke, across the season about this place becoming a bit of a fortress. We've hopefully shown that for the last couple of games. We need that to continue, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's good that we're at home next two games, but they're tough games. So we're going to need everyone behind us, supporting the players, which I thought they did that brilliantly on Saturday, and we want to see that again. And the players feel that, it's important that we get behind them, and it does help, massively helps, and especially over these next two games. Obviously, my focus is clearly on Saturday at the moment. They're a good side. We've got to be at our best, and so have the fans.
Obviously, Crewe brings back memories of that great day at Wembley. How often do you think about that day and that match?
I think we reference it. More than think about it, it's a reference point to us because it was a marker of success. So we reference that season quite a bit, probably too much. Probably too much to some of the new players anyway, and they probably get bored of hearing it. But it is a body of work that was successful, and it's the reference point that I think about and go to a lot because there's certain markers of that season where we need to reach in order for us to be similar. So yeah, I don't necessarily think about the game so much, but more about the season that we had and kind of the run-in of that season and how well we did towards the end of that season. Like I say, use it as a reference point quite a lot.
Yeah. And last week you said there might be more incomings. Obviously, that didn't transpire.
No, it didn't happen, did it?
It didn't happen. Were there any deals that you didn't quite get over the line? I know you're not going to go into huge
No,
detail.
without going into detail, there was one that I was really keen on doing, but we just couldn't reach the money. The truth be known, I think the player was available and wanted to come, but we just couldn't agree on the money. Which, it wasn't that we were short in what we just felt that what we was offering was the right price, and it kind of didn't work out for that reason, really.
Yeah, but overall you must be absolutely delighted with the transfer window.
I spoke to Raf last night. We had a Zoom call last night, me, Erdim and Raf. I've got to be honest with you, I think it's probably the most successful window. The successes remain to be seen yet, obviously. Yeah. But in terms of me being happy, I think it's been a great window. I've got kind of exactly what I wanted in many ways. I think that we're in front. I think we're in front. We're a window in front. We probably have to do very little in the summer. Obviously we have to add. There's a lot of loans we've signed, so we know Darcy and Lolas, two just off the top of my head, will be going back to their parent club. So we'll have to kind of strengthen in them positions, but we're not far off kind of being in front, or certainly a window in front. So I'm really pleased with the business that we've done.
Brilliant, thanks, Scott.
I know you mentioned about the injuries then, but does that mean Anderson and Williams are both good to go after they came off last week?
Yeah, Jay definitely, yes. Max, no. Went for a scan. Not good news, unfortunately. He's going to be probably around 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, that's a shame, isn't it? 'Cause
very much so, yeah.
Back, yeah.
Yeah, listen, Max has been brilliant for us. He goes probably under the radar with his performances, but they're so solid. He's a very, very good footballer, and he's very solid with his performances, like I say. But yeah, he's been a little bit unfortunate with injuries. Like I say, picked up another one. We didn't think it was going to be as bad, but we scanned him. And like I say, it's going to be probably 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, and Copley, you said, might be back for this. Is he back, or is that?
Yeah, so he's trained. He trained fully. He trained fully today for the first time. Saturday might be too soon. Saturday might be too soon for him, but certainly Tuesday he'll be available.
Great. And I think the only signing that hasn't played yet is Justin Ferizaj. Could you give a bit of insight into how he's settled in and what he's going to offer?
Yeah, Justin's done great. He's a 10/8/ pivot. He can kind of play in all them positions in midfield. Very capable footballer. Aggressive. Makes tackles, kind of an all-rounder in many ways. Good footballer. Really backs himself, which I like. I like his attitude already. I know he's not been around it, but he was kind of like a signing where we agreed that maybe he doesn't get near it straight away, but he's certainly one to look out for the future. So, but I really like him. I like his attitude, his game. He's trains really well, and he's kind of knocking on my door already saying he wants to play, and I really like that about him.
And obviously there was a few departures at the end of the window, and one of them being Jack Rolls, who, to mention the promotion season again, was part of that. Have you got any words for him and his contribution?
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, I'd never want to come away from this interview without mentioning Jack Rolls. Jack, me and Jack have got a good relationship. I think that he's a very capable footballer. I think that looking at what we'd signed in this window, that maybe his game time would have been limited even more so. And it was either going to go two ways for Jack. It was either going to go, right, we're going to stick with him, or we're not. And my decision was that with what came available in the window made me make the decision where, Jack wasn't probably not going to be, or certainly his game time would get limited. So we had real frank kind of discussions and real honest, open talks, and we kind of both decided that if that was the case, that he wanted to go and probably find football elsewhere. He come into training, to the training ground the other day to pick his boots up and everything, and said his goodbyes. And I love Jack. He's a great guy, brilliant person to have around the place, and I'm sure he'll be successful wherever he goes. I just felt looking at what I needed from the team, I needed more than what them number 10s and number 8s had contributed this season. And it was just listen, I'm paid to make tough decisions, and that was a decision that I made, and maybe one day it comes back and haunt me, maybe it doesn't, but I've still had to make it, and I wish him all the best. He's a top lad and a really capable footballer, and I'm sure he'll do well somewhere.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.